BSTN.
Oh, hey there, and welcome back to SaaS Center. I'm your host, Job Rones. Our top story, Atlassian, who just spent $610 million on the browser company makers of Arc and Dia, $610 million USD, I believe. That's 9 digits for a browser. And you know what? We get it. Look at those clean interfaces, those gorgeous tab management features, that AI integration, the way it organizes tabs into spaces, the fact that it's not Google, the lack of ads, the fact that Jenny Garchua was talking about it on her show this week in RevOps. We're not saying that we're attracted to software, and by we, I mean me, but this is a nice ass.
Nice SaaS.
And Dia? Don't even get us started on Dia. AI-powered, chat first, understands context across tabs. It's like the Gen Z version of Arc. Younger, smarter, more hip, trendy, maybe went to an Ivy League school. Trust fund, baby, after the $610 million, yeah. Together, they're building the browser for knowledge work in the AI era. That's not just marketing speak, that's vision. Here's what makes this acquisition really work. Atlassian CEO knows what's up. Recently quoted as saying, "Today's browsers weren't built for work, they were built for browsing." No shit. Also, bingo. Your sales rep has 47 tabs open. Each one is a task, a deal, a workflow, documentation, for God's sakes. The browser isn't a tool anymore, it is the workplace. The browser-first movement just got a $610 million validation stamp. Chrome extensions, like Supered, which is better than Tango, but that's a separate topic, are browser-native tools, process enforcement where work is actually happening. This isn't a side bet anymore, it's the main event, and Atlassian is all in. So yeah, nice ass, Arc. Very nice ass indeed.
Nice SaaS.
Up next, Brandon Brown, CEO of Search Party, posted on LinkedIn that HubSpot stock is down 30% year to date, and he's losing faith. No longer wanting to be an evangelist after 5 years in the HubSpot ecosystem. The usual SaaS echo chamber of responses was actually mixed, but very much pro HubSpot, with Connor Jeffers coming in with an absolute zinger. See you back in 6 months when you realize ADIO isn't a real CRM. Well done. Even Dharmesh chimed in with an absolutely goated response, very respectful and direct. Yes, unfortunately, Brandon Brown is giving up on HubSpot. Can't believe it. Is it because their stock's down 30%? Is it because Brandon didn't want to build a few custom objects? Is it because the vibes are just off? Is it time to panic? No, all wrong. Here's what the fearmongers won't tell you. Apparently, ADIO gives discounts for bashing HubSpot on LinkedIn. Well, that's hilarious, but likely not true. And this is a news station, by God. What is true is that HubSpot launched Data Hub recently at their Fall Spotlight, a product designed to solve the unstructured data problem that's been plaguing CRMs for decades, basically as long as they've been around. They announced 200 plus new AI features. They're not dying, they're evolving. Then there's the recent MIT study showing 95% of AI implementations fail. Cool. So HubSpot, buy, sell, panic, AI, what's going on here? I'd say that 95% of companies are failing with AI because it's so damn new, and only slightly less than that, than the 100% of companies that are failing at getting people to actually use the CRM correctly. Here's the neuroscience angle. Dr. Daniel Willingham's cognitive load theory explains why most AI tools fail. People can't process complexity without structure. Guess what Data Hub's supposed to do? Yeah, HubSpot is betting on structured AI with Data Hub. Clean data, unified context, that's not failure, that's strategy. So, while we hate to see people like Brandon panic and sell and leave and put their trust elsewhere, like an ADIO, here's investing advice. Buy. HubSpot's down 30%. It's not a warning, that's a freaking discount. Companies that survive AI aren't the ones hyping it, and they're not the talking heads. They're the ones building it. Remember when everyone thought Amazon was done in 2001? Yeah, me neither, because I was 7. Well, it's time to appease the people who write my paycheck, which means it's time for our first commercial break. Have you ever wondered what sales success smells like? Now you don't have to wonder any longer with this new cologne by Super. Take a sniff.
If destiny cold called you, would you answer me? What is a circle? It is complete. It is infinite. It is perfect. What is back? It is return. It is promise.
I don't chase deals. They orbit me.
Alignment. Synergy. Optimization. Powered by A and I. Circ le Barque. The fragrance of following up. By Super.
Welcome back to SaaS Center. I'm your host, Little Mermaid. We have a Salesforce update. You know what that means? It's time for, AI oops.
When the prompt is good, but the output's poop, it's AI, oops.
Well, old Mark's got another announcement. AI is doing 50% of Salesforce's work now. 50 freaking percent. So naturally, Salesforce is a ghost town now, right? Tumbleweeds rolling through the offices. Nope. They cut support roles from 9,000 to 5,000 because, and I quote, I need less heads. Coming from the same guy, the charmer, Mark, that said that didn't mention the word admin in his keynote. Very human. Here's where the math gets really fun then. Salesforce is still hiring. They're just hiring for different roles. AI is doing the work. It frees up humans to do other work. It's almost like work expands to fill available time and competency. Someone should write a law about that. They did. Wait, yeah, it's called Parkinson's Law. And here's the neuroscience kicker. Dr. Robert Bjork's research shows humans are terrible at routine tasks, but excellent at novel problem solving. So what's happening? AI handles the routine, the mundane. Humans handle the weird edge cases AI can't touch. It's not replacement, it's specialization. Ooh, and Halloween is tomorrow. Scary as hell. So technically, this isn't an AI oops because AI failed. It's an oops because we're all pretending 50% of work disappearing means 50% of the people also disappear. That's not how any of this works. It's just how Mark wants his earnings call to sound. Next quarter, Mr. Benioff will announce AI writes 80% of his keynotes. We're not convinced a human ever did. Now we go to our Enablement Meteorologist, Ed Education, for a look at training retention rates in this week's 5Cast. Thank you for that. I am Education. Good evening. We're going to get right into this. Let's take a look at, speaking of my name, let's take a look at some of the training and completion forecasts in B2B SaaS. I got to tell you, it's bleak. Very spooky. Halloween is appropriate for this. Monday, we're seeing completion rates of 94% across the region. Beautiful on the surface, clear skies, sunny. But wait, what's this low pressure system moving here down at the bottom? That's the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve, and we've talked about this before. It's bringing 70% memory loss with it within the first 24 hours. So expect heavy forgetting throughout the day with scattered retention only in the single digits by the following day. Tuesday and Wednesday, forgetting continues as we're showing here. We're tracking a retention cold front actually that's dropping comprehension levels to just below 30% by the end of Wednesday evening and into Thursday. Speaking of prediction and forecasting, Ebbinghaus predicted this in 1885. We need to wake up and listen to this guy. What happens is reps remember just enough to be dangerous to themselves or to other people. So moving on, Thursday, Friday, oh boy, we got problems here. High pressure system of what we call business as usual, which is combining zero reinforcement or spaced retrieval, which is important. And it's a perfect storm brewing for what we call total memory loss, total forgetting, total knowledge loss is a better way to say it. By Friday, Quiller's research shows that we're looking at 84% forgetting rates. Speaking of 84% of your training and enablement budget is down the drain by the weekend. Getting into the weekend,
expect continued memory deterioration with a 0% chance of anything useful having coming out of that. Rain Group's extended forecast shows only 33% of organizations will see any training effectiveness for what they're doing. Needs to do something with that. Do I see the irony in the fact that a group called Rain did this and we're doing a forecast? I don't know. I've already forgotten 70% of the joke. Anyway, weekly recap. Completion rates high, as we said. Retention rates catastrophically low. An LMS dashboard showing green while actual productivity and all of that remains negated, not effective, flat. I've already forgotten about 70% of what this segment has been about, but it's been the same forecast for decades, folks, at this point. We'll send it back to you in studio, and we'll do the same thing next week.
Tomorrow's forecast, 100% chance of me cherry picking all the good candy out of my kids' Halloween pumpkin baskets and leaving them about 30%. Stay safe out there trick-or-treating. And now on to something positive. What is this? Something positive. Oh, George Storm, a CRO with a spine, posted something revolutionary this week. Quote, sales is about the small things. You're damn right it is, George. And that's why this story makes the news for our Closer of the Week segment. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Closer of the Week. It's more of a close of the week because of the great story. George Storm, CRO, comes in with a blistering hot take. Sales is about the small things. Wait, that's it? That's all I was missing? Was all the small things? Maybe. I mean, that is it, because in a world where everyone's chasing the AI silver bullet, George and Nicole Nyquist, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Nicole, are out here saying, hey, maybe just do the work, be positive about it, even, dare I say, enjoy it. Follow-up emails, thank you notes, remembering a prospect's pain point from 3 months ago, showing up on time, sending a selfie after a deal finally closes. These aren't sexy. They're not powered by AI. They're just boringly and amazingly human. And they work. Here's the neuroscience. Dr. Carol Dweck's growth mindset research shows small, consistent actions build confidence and skill over time. It's not the one heroic act. It's the 47 tiny ones that no one sees. That's what separates closers from clickers. And something about tire kickers. There's a limerick in there somewhere. And here's why this matters for enablement. Your fancy AI sales tool can write that email, but it can't care that the prospect's kid just got into college. Can't remember a joke they shared with you, or that they hate morning calls. Can't be human. Nicole and George get it. Mostly shout out to Nicole for the work and George for the recognition. The human in the loop isn't the bottleneck. The human in the loop is the point. So this week's closer of the week isn't about closing a deal. It's about closing a gap between AI hype and human reality. George and Nicole, both of you. You're the MVPs and you're doing the good work. Keep doing the small things. Nowadays, they're actually the big things. AI could do the small things that mattered. It would have written this segment. It didn't. I did. Small win there. We'll be right back after this commercial from our friends at Superd, who've developed a cure for sales reps suffering from loss of memory-related migraines. If you can't get your sales team to follow or remember a process, try RepOn.
RepOn, applied directly to your sales team. RepOn, applied directly to your sales team. RepOn, applied directly to your sales team. RepOn, applied directly to your sales team so they follow your sales process. Keep your reps on task and on platform with RepOn.
Welcome back once again to SaaS Center. I am the captain now. Now we're going to attempt a new fast-paced, emphasis on fast-paced segment that features different HubSpot professionals each week, keeping us either up to date with, updates or having a much-needed rant. This might be a combination of both. Joining me this week is founding Profoundly Pro, Chris Carolyn. Chris?
Thanks, Rob. Chris Carolyn here, your profoundly value-first HubSpot coach with first ever edition of HubSpot updates from last week. Next up on the list, something everybody and their mother is excited about, projects inside of HubSpot. How about some multi-account workflows? A powerful update. And that is your minute of HubSpot updates from last week. Back to you, Rob.
Wow, Hyperspeed. If you missed any of that or all of it, like I did, you can ask Chris directly what he was talking about, or just check out any of his live shows that run throughout the week. Profoundly.io, thank you for that, Chris. Speaking of things that are scary, like that incredibly fast-paced thing that just happened with the HubSpot updates, Halloween's right around the corner. And you know what's truly terrifying? Not ghosts, not zombies. It's the horrors lurking in your SaaS tech stack. This week on Mount RushMRR, we're carving the 4 spookiest things in SaaS into stone. Grab your candy corn and hold on to your dashboards. This is about to get scary with Mount RushMRR Halloween edition. Tonight, yes, we're immortalizing the 4 spookiest things in SaaS. Forget haunted houses. These nightmares are in your tech stack, in your Slack channels, your dashboards, and in HubSpot or Salesforce right now. Leading us off at number 4, the zombie LMS. It's dead, but it keeps moving. Your LMS shambles through your tech stack, consuming budget, hosting outdated courses from 2019, and tracking completion rates that mean nothing. The training's dead, the content's dead, the annual renewal alive and well at $200,000 a year. It feeds on your budget and never dies. I got a hair from that mustache. Number 3, the ghost lead. Did you hear that? It's a lead with no source attribution, no owner, no contact info. It just appeared in the CRM one day. Nobody knows where it came from. Nobody knows how it got there. Marketing blames sales. Sales blames marketing. And the ghost lead, it's been sitting in your pipeline since Q2 of 24, haunting your conversion metrics, whispering, "Nurture me," into the void. Number 2, the Frankenstein tech stack. It's alive! Is it cobbled together from 47 different tools? Zapier duct tape holding it together. APIs that break every Tuesday. Point solutions for every problem. Nobody knows how it works. The person who built it left the company a year and a half ago, and every new tool you add makes it more unstable. It's a monster of your own creation, and it's coming for your integrations. And the number 1 spookiest thing in SaaS this Halloween. The dashboard that says everything is fine. Yeah. Training completion, 94%. Green. Pipeline coverage, 3x. Green. Activity metrics, all green. But quota attainment, still 50%. Why? MQL to SQL conversion rate. Never heard of her. Churn rate, rising. Revenue, falling or flat. The dashboard says you're winning, but the P&L says you're dying. And nobody knows why. It's the scariest thing in SaaS. The illusion of control while everything slowly falls apart around you. There you have it. Mount RushMRR Halloween Edition. 4 monuments to SaaS horror. Since this is a Halloween edition, we'll do some honorable mentions. Honorable mention 1, the forgotten renewal. You forgot to cancel that trial. It auto-renewed. You just paid $5,000 for software no one's ever used. Boo. The quick question Slack message. Honorable mention number 2. It's never quick. It's never just a question. It spawns 17 threads and derails your entire afternoon or week, depending on how unlucky you are. Terrifying. Honorable mention 3, the competitor who just raised $100 million while technically not in your tech stack. The gossip is in your Slack. They had a worse product than you last quarter. This quarter, they've got a war chest and they're coming for your customers. Sleep tight. And happy Halloween, SaaS pros. May your dashboards be honest and your tech stack be stable. The real horror? All of these are based on true stories. Sweet dreams. Well, our final story comes to us from James Ricks from RevOps, and it's the topic of this week's segment, Finally Adopted. This week on Finally Adopted, brought to you by Supered, we're celebrating the RevOps professionals who finally adopted something revolutionary, a life outside work. James Ricks from RevOps shared something beautiful on LinkedIn this week. RevOps pros have side hustles. Imagine that. They're people too. You might not think so, but they definitely are. And these aren't, I sell essential oils on the weekends side hustles. No. These are legit second careers. Wrestling, coaching, creative ventures. One RevOps manager is literally body slamming opponents on Saturday nights after spending all week body slamming dirty CRM data. At Supered, we believe process adoption works best when the humans doing the adopting are energized, creative, and whole. So shout out to James Ricks and every RevOps pro out there with a side hustle, a passion project, or a weekend identity that makes them better at what they do Monday through Friday. James, we want to talk to you soon, figure out how things are going. Because as a Supered user, as a huge fan of BSTN and SaaS Center, you know it's not just about the tool. It's about the person using it, unless that person is a tool. But you're not. We just want to confirm that by talking to you, James. And when that person is thriving like James absolutely is, everything else clicks into place. So the next time your RevOps admin seems unusually calm during a data crisis, check their Instagram. They probably won a wrestling match last night. That's balance, babe. Well, tomorrow is Halloween, so stay safe out there while trick-or-treating. Make sure to focus on process enforcement using adoption tools like Supered within your HubSpot or Salesforce instance. And
We'll see you next time, next week, Thursday at 1 on SaaS Center.
BSTN.